Okay. And as soon as this starts, we are live. Okay. All right, we are live on YouTube. We are just starting this to put together, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Candace. I'm trying.
There I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and change some of this stuff up. Ben, we should be on YouTube now, Ben. Okay, who's last four of 4137? Who's the last four of 3961? I know that one. That's Dex. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, our other meeting ran a little long, and there's like 27 people in this room. So, who's the last four of 9095?
Jim Clinker.
I keep asking that. I should put a phone list down next to me when I do this. Last four of 8476.
It's Kelly, Randy.
Okay. And the last four of 6196.
It's Candace.
Okay. I should, like I say, I should okay. The last four of 1635. The last four of 1635. Okay, the last four of 4137. Okay. Domingo here.
Yes, I'm here. You can hear me, right, Randy?
I can, yeah. There's only one phone number that I don't recognize, so it's up to you, Mayor.
All right, I'm just going to need you to read the heading as always, the caption.
Oh God, I couldn't. Hang on a second here.
Or do you want me to read it?
If you would, please.
All right. We're going to start right now. It's the agenda regarding the regular meeting. The City Council of the City of Blue Island, Illinois, held remotely on Tuesday, May the 26th, 2020, at approximately 7 p.m. as permitted by Executive Order 2020-07, signed by Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker on March the 16th, 2020, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. To participate remotely, please download the Zoom app or call 312-626-6799. The City Council meeting by webinar, the ID number would be 850-5820-6597, and the password would be 708411. And with that, I call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
The flag
Of the United States
of America
and to the
and to the republic
for which
for
is
which it
stands
stands,
One nation.
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
God,
indivisible,
Liberty
justice,
Justice for all.
for all. Mr. Clerk, could I have roll call, please?
Sure. Carr.
Here.
Carr here. Cantelo-Zylman.
Here.
Cantelo-Zylman here. Clinker.
Here.
Clinker here. Steve-O.
Here.
Steve-O here. Johnson. Johnson absent. Alexander.
Here.
Alexander here. Bellato. I see him. Bellato here. Costas.
He's here. I see him.
Costas here. Rita.
Here.
Rita here. Donahue. Holly.
Here.
Holly here. Farnwell.
Here.
Farnwell here. Hill.
Here.
Hill here. Mac.
Here.
Mac here. Let me see if I can find Dex. I see Dex is here.
Okay.
So I'm going to put him here. And I don't see Kevin. Does anyone know if Kevin Donahue's going to be here or not?
No, Kevin is not going to be here.
Okay. Thank you. All right. 13 present,
All right.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We'll go on to number 4, presentation of journal of proceedings. I need a motion to approve the city council minutes for the date of May the 12th, 2020. Do I have a motion and a second?
Zylman motions.
I'll second it. Alderman Rita.
Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. 13 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. We're going on to number 5. Can you read it or you want me to read it?
If you would read it, please. I don't have the agenda up. I didn't have a chance to get everything ready for the last meeting.
All right, okay. Number 5 says public comment. Public comment shall be by email only. Persons interested in making a public comment must email their public comment to rhoiser@cityofblueisland.org by May 26, 2020 at 6 p.m. Emailed public comments received will be read during the public comment portion of the meeting by the city clerk, Mr. Randy Hoiser. Any comments?
Yes, I have one, and it's from Carol Green, and she asked me to read it enthusiastically.
All right, go ahead.
That was for you, Carol. On May 16, 2020, together, #Blue Island Strong hosted its first face mask, gloves, and food distribution at Dwight D. Eisenhower High School to address food insecurity and the people's need for face masks and gloves. Within 55 minutes, 600 face masks, 600 pairs of gloves, and about 550 bags and boxes of food were no questions asked, no contact distributed to the people. Thank you to Randy Hoiser for arranging the use of DDE. Thank you to our generous donors that include Alderman Bill Farnwell, Alderman Dexter Johnson, Alderman Mike Mack, City Attorney Kerry Horvath, State Representative Justin Slaughter, Captain Luis Acosta of the Blue Island Salvation Army, Mark and Kathy Keener, Alicia Miller of Beloved Community Family Wellness Center. Thank you to volunteers who include Blue Island Mayor Domingo Vargas, Alderman Fred Bellato, Alderman Bill Farnwell, Alderman Mike Mack, Alderman Rayanne Cantelo-Zylman, Blue Island Salvation Army Team Deborah Chiquiora, Angelo Green and his team, Suzanne Gutrich, Dexter Johnson Jr., Kathy and Mark Keener, Tyrone Maxey's team, Alicia Miller of Beloved and her team, Valerie Weiskirk. A special thank you to Blue Island Police Officer Tony Strezzo, and apologies in advance to anyone who may have possibly been not included in the thank you. Our next together #Blue Island Strong distribution is Saturday, July 13th, 2020. Rain date Sunday, July 14th, 2020. More information to follow. To donate or volunteer, do not hesitate to email or text cdepacegreen@icloud.com or 773-320-0339.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. We move on to number 6, report of city officials. Under my business, I move on to number 1, which I'm just going to read. Mayor's veto messages regarding ordinance 2020-17, an ordinance of the city of Blue Island, County of Cook, Illinois, amending chapter 31 of the Code of Blue Island, Illinois, and establishing a monthly retainer for payment to the city attorney for the performance of general corporate matters for the city of Blue Island, County of Cook, Illinois. And number 2, veto of a resolution 2020-017, a resolution of the city of Blue Island, County of Cook, Illinois, authorizing a moratorium on personnel hiring and replacement. I'm going on to number.
This is Alderman Nancy Reed. I have a question
Yes.
for Attorney Mark Scarlato, our legislative
You want-
counsel.
You want to address it to me, Council? Go ahead.
Can the mayor legally veto a resolution?
He can veto a resolution that's dealing with an appropriation.
Okay, this is Mark Scarlato. The mayor in this instance cannot veto the resolution at hand. 65 ILCS 5/3.1-40-45 gives 3 scenarios in which a resolution or a motion can be vetoed. The first is that it creates a liability against the city. The moratorium resolution does not create a liability for the city. It actually is allowing a vetting for possible liability, but it doesn't create a liability against the city. The second scenario is that the resolution provides for the expenditure or appropriation of its money. This resolution does not provide for the expenditure or appropriation of money. In fact, it is a means of ensuring that that which has already been appropriated remains within budget. Finally, the third scenario is not applicable because it's only when there's a sale of public or school property. This is strictly construed and backed up by the case law, pretty solidly. In Rhodey versus Washington, 114 ILL.app.3rd 958 First District states that the statutory veto powers of local government chief executives are to be strictly construed in Illinois, and the veto power includes only those which are expressly encompassed in the statutory grant of power, which means that it does for resolutions and for motions. If it doesn't fall within the 3 statutory categories, then the mayor cannot veto those resolutions, and his actions in attempting to do so are void.
Thank you for your opinion, Council. Go ahead.
This is Goldberg, so why don't we let the mayor
Go ahead,
finish
Kelly.
reading
Go ahead. Go ahead, Council.
Let
Go ahead.
let the mayor finish reading his second veto message, please.
I already did, Council. I already did.
You finished the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead. If you want to say something.
No, he is within his right to veto this resolution.
All right. Given said, I'm going to move on to number 2 regarding appointments to historic preservation. It's a new / replacement. Her name is Linda O'Daniel, and her term would be ending 4/30/22. Do you want me to go down the list individually or as a group?
Mayor, this is Alderman Bellato. I'm fine with going as a group.
Okay. Zoning Board, a new appointment, Kimberly Byrne. Her term would be ending 4/30/25. And for the Library Board, Samara Elam, her term would be ending 6/21. The reappointment of Rita Brown, term ending 6/23. A new appointment, Mark Peters, term would be ending 6/23. And Tamela Martin, her term would be ending 6/23.
Make a
That's
motion
what
to
I
accept
have.
the appointments.
Thank you. There's a motion by Alderman Stevo. Alderman Stevo, a second?
By Bellato.
All right, by Mr. Bellato? Okay.
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Carr,
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. 13 ayes.
Thank you very much, everybody, to the council. Regarding mayor's announcements, I have some few brief announcements. As you know, the governor has passed new guidelines regarding restaurants, bars, salons, personal care, tattoo parlors, etc. The task force, including myself, will be sending out announcements to these establishments and me personally as liquor commissioner as to what we think following those guidelines can be permitted in and around Blue Island. Regarding that, again, I encourage everyone to continue following the guidelines from the governor's office regarding social distancing, attending in groups, etc. We're still not out of it from today's announcement from the governor. It looks like we've peaked and the numbers are start going down. But again, given the summer weather that we've had the last recent days, hopefully we don't get discouraged and start becoming a little bit crazy and not paying attention to that. Regarding the issues on the flooding that occurred in our city, my office has reached out to the president of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. We want some clarification, some issues as to what had happened or what did happen during the last major rainfalls that we had here in this area of town, not only in Blue Island, but in surrounding suburbs. What measures, if any, can Water Reclamation District guarantee our community, and also working with our engineering company to see how we can address these issues in the very, very near future. That's all I have. City Clerk, any business?
I have no business, but I was asked to reiterate that those Blue Island Strong Distribution Days are Saturday, June 13th, with a rain date of Saturday, June 14th. There might be some confusion.
Okay.
I might have said July. I'm not certain, but it's
All
June
right.
13th.
I think you did. All right, that's fine. They're in June. That is correct. Any bids?
No bids.
Thank you. City Treasurer's business, number one, would be the approval of interfund transfers from unrestricted to restricted accounts. I would need a motion and a second.
I'll move. Alderman Carr.
Okay, motion. Do I have a second?
Alderman
Do we
Holly,
have-
second.
Okay. If there's no questions, I'll need a roll call, please.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
No.
Steve-O, no. Johnson. You're muted, Dex, but I'm just going to put you down as a no, right? Dexter. You're muted.
Dexter, unmute your phone.
I
All right.
think it's what, *6?
Okay, I'll come back. He actually might have disappeared. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. Let me try and get Dex one more time here to make sure. Okay, he's back. Dexter, transfer of funds.
That would be, no.
No, I figured.
Okay.
12 ayes and 2 noes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Now we'll move on to number 2, cash collections receipt report. Do we need a motion for that?
No.
No? Okay. I have nothing. And Treasurer announcement, I have nothing. I'll move on to City Attorney. Any business, City Attorney?
No business, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Committee reports, Community Development Committee.
Mayor, on the agenda tonight, we have the resolution, as you mentioned earlier, we discussed, it was sent to Municipal tonight, resolution number 2020-419, relating to providing additional outdoor space to assist bars and restaurants in the city of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois. I sent this to Municipal rather than calling a special committee meeting. I invite Alderman Carr if she wants to give any input of what happened at the committee meeting.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Certainly. The only issue that we had was that there's no time frame. There's no time limit on how long this would last if people are giving city property to put tables on, like parking spots or things like that. And we would recommend that some sort of time limit would be placed on that, either through the resolution or on the permit that they would apply for.
Okay. I think, Alderman, I think to all of you, I think weather would be one issue that's going to curtail that, but I can agree that there should be a time limit.
And that's where, if we want to have verbiage of month to month with from the city or from Restore Illinois, whatever the council would like, I can definitely add to the permit.
I mean, I could agree to month if you want.
Yeah.
That would be
Alderman Bellato here. Alderman Bellato, I just want to say, just for red tape wise, 90 days, no more than 90 days, and they would have to reapply for the permit. Hopefully we're not still in this in 90 days, but that way, in case they're missing a meeting or just how handicap permits work, usually takes a few months. So I'll amend the motion.
That's agreeable to me. I have no problem with that.
This is Alderman Carr. I would think maybe 120 days. If they, let's just say they started in June, that would give them June, July, August, and September.
Okay. I can see that too. I'm agreeable to 120 days. If the council's agreeable, I'm agreeable to 120 days.
So
I'll amend to, it sounds fine.
That was Steve.
Alderman Hawley, I have I believe at phase 5, everything is back to normal. So why can't you just leave it until we get to phase 5? We might
This
not.
is Alderman Johnson. I'm kind of with Hawley on this one, but my only thing is I suggest that we have inspections, for them when they, before they can open up.
Oh yeah, we're gonna deal with that. That's what part of my letter will address all of that.
Okay, thank you, Chief.
We got it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is Alderman Carr. I just think a time frame could be helpful. Just in case we felt we had to repeal someone's permit, it would be much easier to just let it lapse.
In the this is Kelly Berg, in the documentation that the city would be putting together for the bars and restaurants that want to do this, you could make it no more than such and such day or until the governor moves the region into phase 5. You could have it flexible language like that.
But I
agree. I'm fine with 120 days or whatever comes first, to keep it clean. Whatever comes first, 120 days or the end of the phase.
And we can readdress this at whatever point in time too. It's just the governor surprised us last week. It was just a lot quicker than any of us thought it was going to be.
So is that agreeable by the council?
Yeah.
120 days?
Yes.
120 or
all right. Okay.
Or
all right.
5. Okay.
So do you want to vote on it now, or should we wait until Alderman Carr gives a presentation in a minute?
I think
I already made the motion. I think
that was it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the motion? Do we have a second?
I'll second it. Alderman Carr.
All right. And then I'm going to need a roll call, please.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Cossidis.
Aye.
Cossidis, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, I. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, I. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, I. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, I. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, I. 13 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Anything else from community development?
I attached the minutes, Mayor, I believe they were in the packet. If not, I'll read them at the next meeting. And then I'll go on to the finance committee next.
All right, if you want, we can start on the finance committee, please.
All right, I need a motion to approve payroll for May 15, 2020 for the amount of $332,404.87.
We got a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll make a motion.
So you got the second, okay. If no comments, roll call, please.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, I. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, I. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, I. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, I. Johnson.
No.
Johnson, no. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, I. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, I. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, I. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, I. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, I. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, I. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, I. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, I. 12 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
All right, next we have a motion authorizing both number 2 and 3 are in regards to salary adjustments for the police chief and fire chief. We tabled this when we were doing our budget and appropriation ordinances to rehash it at the end of April, and then we did it finally at the last finance meeting. So these moves are to fund the increases in the salary for both the police and fire chief. That's for both number 2 and 3. I'll start with number 2. Motion authorizing the transfer of $5,508 from the account 410 Police Department, line item 5100, salaries of full-time and sworn officers, to account 410 Police Department, line item 5100, salaries full-time police officers chief, to fund a 6% increase in the current salary of the police chief, retroactive to January 1st, 2020.
You got a motion, you got a second?
Second from Farnwell.
All right, if no questions, I would need a roll call on that.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, I. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, I. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, I. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, I. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, I. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, I. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, I. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, I. Rita.
No.
Rita, no. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, I. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, I. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, I. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, I. 12 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
All right, next one I have, the mayor, is for the fire chief, and I'll explain a little more. I should have done it the first time around. This is to just bring in line where the police and fire chief make more than their subordinates. Compared to our neighboring towns of various different sizes, we are way below on the average salaries. This is just to bring a line. There was people in the police department, more so in the police department than the fire department, making more than the chief. That's not even including overtime. So this was to bring it in line where the police and fire chief, just on base salary terms, are making more than their subordinates. Still, police and fire with overtime, they possibility can still make more, but at least it's something in the right direction. We're still way below the average of the community in the area. So this is for the fire chief now for number 3. It's a motion authorizing the transfer of $5,508 from account 420 Fire Department, line item 5100, salaries of full-time firefighters, to account 420 Fire Department, line item 5100, salaries for the fire chief, to fund a 6% increase in the current salary of the fire chief, retroactive to January 1st, 2020.
We got a motion, we have a second?
Alderman Hill, second.
Thank you very much. If no questions, I will need a roll call.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, I. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, I. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, I. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, I. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, I. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, I. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, I. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, I. Rita.
No.
Rita, no. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, I. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, I. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, I. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, I. 12 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mayor. Before I get to number 4, just to reiterate from 2 and 3, you see how we have established a paper trail for the budget and appropriation because the line item didn't have the amount in there. Even though the mayor has vetoed one of the ordinances for the retainer for the law firm, we still have the issue of where to fund the remainder of the year because we're going to expend it pretty quickly here, what's in the allotted budget and appropriation, meaning we have to find the money somewhere else and do the exact same thing, what we just did with the police and fire chief. In that same motion, we invited the attorney. I know he's not on right now, but Kelly's on. She could relay the message, or she already knows the message. We invited him to come to the following finance committee. He wasn't prepared, so we're asking for the next finance committee to negotiate where we can do to save costs, be it the budgetary movements or cut back certain things that maybe the attorney law firm can't do. This is still a thing in progress that the attorney, we made very clear at the last finance meeting after this vote. We're still willing to work, but we still have the same problem. There's only so much money left in the budget, and we have to find it somewhere to make it through the year. So if we can't go one way, we have to go another. Either way, the fund's going to run out. So we have to address that issue. The other issue with the resolution with the moratorium, the freeze, which most towns around us, especially in the day and age we're in right now with this, we don't know where our income is coming into. I don't think it's definitely, in my opinion, and our attorney's opinion, I know Kelly has a different opinion, it doesn't cost the city any money. We're not going to hire, unless needed, vetted through the city council, any new positions. So I don't think it's going to cost the city any money. And I wanted to ask Kelly, do we hit, which one of those 3 things do we hit? Where would that resolution that we're not hiring anybody unless it goes through city council affect where it's going to cost the city money? I'm just following up a question from what you said earlier.
Because there's a potential to be expending city funds. It's dealing with the hiring and the payment of salaries, benefits,
That's
et
a
cetera.
moratorium.
And I don't.
It's a
but
moratorium.
I don't have the ordinance sitting right in front of me, unfortunately. But it does not only provide for a moratorium. There's language in there regarding the ability of the finance committee to also recommend hiring. So there is some.
I think I understand. Okay, so this is where I don't want to. I understand where you're coming from, but I think it only stipulates that if a position is needed during the moratorium, which the resolution is called a moratorium, if a position is needed, it would have to go through committee and city council. It's not where it would be started in a committee that we need to hire somebody. It's only if a position would be needed. So there's a vetting process. That's why it's called a moratorium, not a hiring
but
ordinance.
if you're adding to the city payroll, then that's an expenditure of funds.
See, here is the issue with that argument, why it's incorrect. Placing a moratorium, a resolution for a moratorium, does not guarantee there'll be an expenditure of funds or a saving of funds. It's a mechanism. It has nothing to do with the expenditure of funds. Someone could come and request the expenditure of funds, and that in and of itself is a completely different action. So the resolution itself does not fall under any of the 3 things. It doesn't create any liability. I mean, we know that because it's not costing the city anything. It doesn't provide for the expenditure or appropriation of money because it's not considering anyone right now. So, and it doesn't provide for the sale of property. Therefore, the resolution doesn't fall under this statute. And if it doesn't fall under this statute, then it cannot be vetoed.
This is Alderman Rita.
Mark, respectfully, this is Kelly. I disagree. It's called a moratorium, but there is more in there regarding the ability to hire, which would necessarily involve an expenditure of funds. So just because it's got the word moratorium in there doesn't mean there's no expenditure of funds. So I appreciate your opinion, but I disagree with you.
Alderman
This
Farrell.
is Alderman
may I
Rita.
suggest something?
Why doesn't the statute, Rhodey versus Washington, why doesn't that apply, Ms. Burke? What, in your opinion?
Alderman Rita, I don't have Rhodey in front of me. I will be happy to review it tomorrow. We can get back to Mr. Scarlatta, but I disagree with his interpretation.
Alderman Farrell, if I
Rhodey
can make a
is
suggestion.
directly on point in this situation. In Rhodey, the city of Chicago tried to
Council, why don't we end it this way? She doesn't have the law in front of her.
Let's move on.
So let her respond to that and we can address this in the near future.
You've made your citation, you've made your argument. I disagree. Let's move on.
But we agree that if it's legally not proper for him to be.
We have not agreed.
You're not the city attorney, Alderman. I appreciate the input.
argument.
I appreciate the argument.
Is
But my opinion is.
Argument that was made in Rhodey, and my argument was upheld by the courts, and this is a different situation.
All right, Alderman Bellato here. What we passed in finance was a moratorium, a hiring freeze for the better term of it. If we're going to go get beaten down in small language here, we were all in the mindset we were in favor of a hiring freeze with the COVID stuff going on, and we didn't want anybody hired, and especially if there's no money in the budget. It would reiterate, again, trying to do the right thing. We can fight this battle a different day. I disagree with our city attorney that there's reason here, because anything can be tied that would cost money. I still have a motion. I'm making a motion for number 4 back to the agenda, but I just highly disagree that anything can be made and it's going to cost us money.
I think that at this point, you should try to
We're moving on, Council, we're moving on to number 4, as Alderman
No,
Warren.
I'd let legislative attorney Mark Scarlato speak, please.
At this point,
He doesn't have the floor. Alderman Bellato has the floor. Number 4, Alderman Bellato.
To allow Mark to finish his argument, we let Kelly finish her argument, then we'll go back to number 4.
I think
this is Kelly. I'm done arguing, but I will make Carrie aware of your request that he attend the next Finance Committee meeting, and we can certainly have a discussion with Mr. Scarlatta and flesh out his argument. But at this point, I disagree with him, and there's more than one way to skin a cat in terms of what you're trying to achieve in financial economy.
at this point, I've made a clear legal argument based on statutory law and case law that this vote is inappropriate. I believe that the board should move to override the chairman's decision in considering the veto, and that this veto of the resolution should be stricken.
This is Alderman Rita. I would like to overrule the decision of the chair and for the resolution.
You're out of order,
to
Alderman.
be
You're out of
stricken.
order.
Why am I out of
You're out of
order?
order. You are. It's not on the agenda. It cannot be voted now.
I would like, I'm following the legislative council's
Ready.
decision to overrule the decision of the chair and to.
You don't have given her time, our city attorney, to respond to your lawyers.
Well, why isn't
argument.
the city attorney prepared to argue then?
I am prepared, and I disagree with Mr. Scarlatta's interpretation. I believe it does contemplate an expenditure of city funds. And I think the mayor's veto is absolutely appropriate.
What's the legal
This
basis?
is Alderman Johnson.
Alderman Johnson, go ahead. You have the floor, Alderman Johnson.
You know, every time we get ready to do something and it comes through that route to be presented to us at city council, it's always an argument. You know, right now we wouldn't even be having an argument of trying to retain funds for litigation and things of that nature if we didn't have these other two law firms, already sucking dry our accounts. And they ain't
Alderman
producing
Johnson, who's
anything
we?
new. I ain't finished talking. You just shut up until I finish talking. That's what you do. You ain't finna overtalk me, none of that. I got more tenure than any one of y'all up in there. And I deserve the right. And I'm standing on this. They shouldn't even be hired. That's one. That's $15,000 to $30,000 coming out of the taxpayers' money. Let alone talking about quorum and all the other political crap. Let's stick to the guns. Right now, there's a coronavirus going on. The mayor's asking for a veto. The lawyers need to get together and get this hashed out and then bring it to city council. It shouldn't be done like this at all.
I agree with you, Alderman Johnson. We do need to hash it out, and that's why there is a COVID going on, and we need to do a moratorium and not to be hiring anybody else until we know where our revenues are. You're absolutely correct.
Right. Mayor, I'm
That's
just going to
why-
close
that's why the finance-
Mayor,
I didn't hear you, Alderman.
Alderman
Go ahead.
Bellato.
What happened? Yes, sir.
Alderman Bellato here. Just like I
Yeah.
said before, we invited the attorneys. They'll come to the next finance committee meeting.
Yeah.
And Kelly, thank you for passing it out. Kerry knows, he'll be there, and then hopefully we can hash
All
this
right.
out with
We'll
this
forget that.
moratorium.
That's
If
fine,
it's that
sir.
simple,
You got it.
We'll handle it. Mayor, I'm trying to get this over
No,
with. Just let
I
me finish.
appreciate it.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
I know that we have a disagreement in opinion. I agree with our attorney, the legislative attorney. However, and we'll fight that if we have to. I think it's the right thing to do. But going back to number 4, it's a motion
Okay.
to approve settlement of a grievance filed by the Blue Island Fire Department Association in accordance with the attached memorandum. I know Kerry was definitely working on this. I don't know if Alderman Clinker would like to talk about this, or Kelly, whoever feels more comfortable, before I call it for a vote, because I'm sure other people have questions on it. This is for that step-up pay. So Alderman Clinker, do you want to talk about it, or should Kelly
Yes,
talk about it?
this is Kelly. The memorandum's in the packet, but Alderman Clinker, you're a little closer to this. If you'd like to offer your firsthand knowledge, and then I can fill in anything.
Yeah, you know what, actually, I'm better with you doing it, Kelly, okay? And if I need
Okay,
to add
sure.
something, I will, okay?
So this is
Yeah,
an issue
I didn't know
that
if I
we've
can
had
explain it
ongoing.
in layman's terms.
Yeah, go. We'll do our best. But this is an issue we've had ongoing for a while with the discussion of the step-up pay at Station 2. So we met with the union, and the bottom line is that they will move forward with the grievance if we don't approve this. And the thought was that the deal that the offer that was on the table was actually fairly reasonable, and it would result in paying the senior firefighter at Station 2. The step-up pay would be $1.75 an hour, and Chief Rita and Kerry both worked through the numbers and felt that it was a very favorable resolution to this. This would result in the hourly rate increase would result in daily expense of about $42, which would translate into an annual expenditure of an additional $15,330. And I understand you're trying to hold down expenses, but they will take it to arbitration. And it was Kerry's feeling that they would get at least this, and that you'd have the cost of the arbitration.
All right, thank you, Kelly. This passed the Finance Committee. I'll make a motion.
Got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second, Cazares.
If there's any questions, roll call, please.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Rita. Rita, you're on mute. I didn't see her.
I'm sorry. No. I'm so sorry.
No problem, Rita. No. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. 12 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Mayor, that's all I have.
Anything
for
else, Alderman?
finance. That's it.
All right. Thank you. Public Health and Safety Committee.
Public Health and Safety, we met last Tuesday. I don't have the minutes for that. Our next meeting is June 16th, 2020 at 6 p.m.
Thank you very much. Municipal Services Committee.
Yes, Your Honor. We met on May the 12th. Present were Jim Polstrel, Betty Harmeyer, Bob Jackson, Mark Miller, Howard Kapari, Eric Alvarez, Alderman Meck, Alderman Farnwald, Alderman Rita, and Alderman Carr. Absent was Ted Ruthenberg. Also present was Randy Heuser. The meeting was called to order at 6:05. Under citizens' concerns, there was one email from Dave Helsley concerning the rat problem in his neighborhood. Under Public Works, Jim Polstrel presented his report. He mentioned that bulk pickup has been very heavy since many people are using the stay-at-home order to clean out their homes. There was a discussion about 3 pest control companies' information that had been sent to Howard Kapari. He brought up the possible formation of a rodent control task force. This would involve various city employees, the health inspector, and possibly an alderman. This would include resident education and enforcement. Alderman Rita said she had been asking for a program like this for a long time. Alderman Meck asked about developing a video for the Blue Island TV channel. And Alderman Farnwald asked about the role that the part-time health inspector would play in rodent abatement. Alderman Rita asked which pest management company was from Blue Island. Howard Kapari said it was Pest Management Services, and that it would be best to have them come and do a presentation to the committee. Alderman Carr asked if it would be helpful to have a police officer assist in the building department in enforcing local ordinances. Alderman Meck asked about food service inspections in light of the new requirements brought on by COVID-19. Mark Miller explained the OAI proposition for maintenance of the remaining rain gardens in Blue Island. OAI has received a grant and would maintain the remaining rain gardens in question at no charge to the city. Motion by Alderman Farnwald, second by Alderman Meck. All in favor, motion carried. Under the Water Department, Betty Harmeyer explained that there were no delinquencies or red tags going out to citizens because of the coronavirus pandemic. Alderman Rita asked how much revenue the city had lost on water. Betty Harmeyer said that it was difficult to determine at this time. Alderman Carr said that the total delinquencies on the report that we were given was around $40,000. Under the John D. Rita Recreation Center, the Recreation Center has been closed, so there was no report. Under the Meadows Golf Course, there was no report. Golf courses were open May 1st. Alderman Farnwald asked if it would be helpful if the golf course were closed for the season, considering the restrictions. Alderman Carr said she would contact Ted Ruthenberg and ask for a report. She also mentioned that the area would still need to be mown. Under Robinson Engineering, Eric Alvarez said that he and Jim Polstrel had gone through the list of projects extensively and discussed 30 projects that are either in various stages of construction. The first project was a Western Avenue Bridge replacement, which is already under construction and being funded by TIF 5 and the Business Fund. It is recommended that this continue. The second project was a Meadows Golf Course lift station. This is a maintenance project that has already been paid for and is already done. Number 3 was the Blue Island Chatham Street Bridge improvement and punch list. The city is waiting for the final billing on this as the project is already completed. Number 4 was 135th Place improvements. The pavement was all done last year. Minor finishing work still needs to be completed. Number 5 was the Fish and Wildlife Grant Project. This project is on hold. Number 6 was the water system improvement project and Portland tank painting. This project is on hold. Number 7 was the Irving Avenue reconstruction project. This project would require a public meeting before it began. Number 8 was the Chicago water meter vault. This money would come out of the water fund. Jim Polstro recommended that we continue this. Number 9 was the Vincennes Road demolition project. Alderman Rita asked if the Municipal Services Committee could be notified before this continued. This project is also on hold. Number 10 was streetlight modernization. The city is waiting on county funding. Because of the time constraints, the meeting was adjourned. The meeting was rescheduled for May 26th, which was held tonight, to continue this discussion. There were no alderman concerns. There was a motion to adjourn by Alderman Meck, second by Alderman Rita. Meeting ended at 6:55. Our next regular meeting will be June the 9th at 6 p.m. And I have a ordinance. I'd like to make a motion, an ordinance restricting a portion of a certain street for handicap parking at or near 12718 Greenwood Avenue within the city of Blue Island, county of Cook, and state of Illinois, and providing penalties for the violation thereof.
We have a motion. Do we have a
Bellato,
second?
so moved. Bellato.
If there's no questions, roll call.
Carr. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zylman.
Aye.
Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell. Farnwell. Oh, he's have you, yeah. Sorry.
Aye, sorry, aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. 13 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Anything else, Alderman?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Judiciary Committee.
Okay. Do you want me to read the motions first or do my minutes first?
Whichever you would like.
I'll read the minutes, I guess. The remote video Zoom meeting was called to order Tuesday, May 19th, 2020 at 7:03 p.m. in Blue Island, Illinois, with proper public notice given, held remotely as permitted by Executive Order 2020-07, signed by Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker on March 15, 2020, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic instructions given to participate remotely. Download the Zoom app or call 312-626-6799. Judiciary meeting webinar ID 848-3390-8040, password 197880. Roll call taken of the committee with Alderman Rayanne Cantelo-Zylman, Alderman Johnny Ringo Hill, Alderman Tom Hawley present, Alderman Kevin Donahue was absent. Also in attendance was Clerk Randy Hauser as moderator, Kimberly Byrne, in our video tech, Ben Tomera. Public comment. Public comment shall be by email only. Persons interested in making public comment must email their public comment to nrita@cityofblueisland.org by May 19, 2020 at 6 p.m. Emailed public comments received will be read during the public comment portion of the meeting by Alderman Nancy Rita. No public comment. Amending Cannabis Business Establishment Ordinance. An ordinance of the City of Blue Island. An ordinance of the City of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois, amending Title 9 Business Regulations of the Code of Blue Island, Illinois, regarding cannabis business establishments. Alderman Cantelo-Zylman began a discussion regarding what the surrounding areas are charging. Decision by the committee requesting Howard Kapari to put together a spreadsheet of surrounding areas and amount they are charging to apply for a license and yearly renewal. Motion to table ordinance amending the Title 9 Business Regulations Cannabis Business Establishment made by Alderman Rayanne Cantelo-Zylman, second by Alderman Johnny Hill. Voice vote, all in favor, motion carried to table. Chair will email Howard Kapari for the requested spreadsheet information. Next, amending cannabis offenses ordinance, an ordinance of the city of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois, amending Title 7, Chapter 70, Traffic Code, and Title 13, Chapter 30, General Offenses of the Code of Blue Island, Illinois. This was discussed and passed in the public safety meeting per Chair Jim Clinker. Motion by Alderman Hawley, second by Alderman Cantelo-Zylman. Voice vote, all in favor. Motion carried. And that's actually on the agenda, so I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
All right, do we have a second?
I'll second Zylman.
All right, if no questions, I need a roll call.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zylman.
Aye.
Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. 13 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Okay, OAI Maintenance Agreement. Opportunity Advancement Innovation Agreement is an agreement to maintain the rain gardens. It is zero cost to the city. It was discussed and voted on in municipal services, then sent to judiciary. OAI provides services to lower income areas who do not necessarily have the resources to develop distressed areas. It is to weed and maintain 2 large gardens on Irving and 119th and 1 on 121st in Longwood. Before making the motion to accept, Alderman Hill asked when Mark Miller meets with the OAI to point out that the soil needs to be evenly balanced out so there is no more runoff on the constituents' property after watering and hard rain. So that motion was made by Alderman Hill, second by Alderman Cantelo-Zylman. Voice vote, all in favor, motion carried. And that's also on the agenda. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
You have a motion. Do we have a second?
Alderman Carr.
All right, if no questions, I would need a roll call.
Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zylman.
Aye.
Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. 13 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and
Anything
then,
else?
yeah, sorry. Then damage claims, there were no damage claims brought to the committee. Adjournment at 7:21 p.m. A motion was made by Alderman Cantelo-Zylman, second by Alderman Hill. Voice vote, all in favor, motion carried to adjourn. And our next meeting is, I'm sorry, June. June 16th.
Thank you.
Yeah.
At what time?
6 p.m.
All right.
No, I'm
Hey,
sorry,
thank you.
7 p.m. My bad.
7 p.m. All right. Thank you very much. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to any aldermanic announcements or comments.
Yes, it's Alderman
Mayor.
Mack, please.
Alderman Bellato. Go ahead.
Alderman Mack, go ahead.
Go back.
Thank you. I have 2 things. Mayor, thank you for pushing forward regarding the flooding issues on the east side. We greatly appreciate it in the 5th Ward. Eric Alvarez, please help our residents any way possible. And the second comment, I was noticed by a resident, Marshall Lee, that she sent in a email and it wasn't read. Randy, can you give us any light on that?
Yeah, I got that email from you and I looked. I have not received any emails from Marshall Lee. I wonder if she has my email address correct.
I know she's watching. She also stated she sent it to the mayor's office as well. She did not copy me. She just said that her comments were not.
She's listening. It's RHEUS as in Sam ER at cityofblueisland.org. I checked and I have not received any from her in my inbox at all.
All right. Well, I'm sure she'll resend it. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I'll answer right away.
We appreciate it.
Alderman Bellato.
Alderman, yes, Mayor. I want to thank the Public Works Department, Joe Polster and his crew after the flooding and everything, and a lot of trees down and garbage. I know another alderman mentioned earlier about the garbage, lots and lots of garbage. Everybody's cleaning out their yards, their garages. I'm taking walks every single day, and I just noticed the amount of garbage that we're putting out, which is good that we're cleaning up our homes. But again, it's someone has to pick it up. So our Public Works crew is being stretched thin with that. And they're seeming to get everything within a few days. The tree branches, there's a lot of that they're getting. So I want a big thank you to the Public Works Department with Jim, Superintendent Jim. And also, again, like I say at every meeting on the businesses, I'm glad we approved the resolution. Really would only affect a few. A lot of our businesses in town here have their own patios, have their own beer gardens. I expect us all to support it in one way or another. Just like myself with like DMAR's opening up, I'll be one of the first ones there. I'm gonna order food for the whole family. Whatever we can do to support our Blue Island businesses, let's try to do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Alderman Farnwell?
Yes.
Go ahead, Alderman.
2 points. One, I'll make it real quick. I'm sorry, was this for Dex or for me?
No, it's for you, Alderman, and then Alderman Dexter after you.
Thank you. Just real quick, not to beat a dead horse, but I'll continue doing it. I see zero value in having 2 attorneys. We have an extraordinarily qualified, competent city attorney who gives us excellent advice. And I am tired of the bickering, and it's a waste of time. It's a distraction. I'm going to cut my remarks on this short because it is a distraction. Second, about the flooding, and I agree. Thank you, Alderman Meck, for bringing this up. I know he's been a real advocate for his ward. I heard from plenty of people. I went to some homes, really devastating damage in these last rainstorms. And I do appreciate what the city's doing very much, and that's important. And I really be very interested to hear what comes out of MWRD. Moreover, though, to be perfectly blunt with the public about this, and I posted something about this on Facebook, the incidence of heavy rainfalls is up 42% in the Midwest over time. What's happening is rain is falling that these sewers were not designed for. And we definitely need to get to renovating our sewers, putting in new sewers, but that's a very long way down the road. It's also really important that homeowners have all the information, property owners, all the information that they can get about how to take care of their own properties. So it's a lot of little things that people may not know about. And I'll bring this up in municipal services, but I really would like the city to look at some kind of ombudsman or someone who can help with just practical down-to-earth advice about some things you can do are kind of inexpensive, some things are very expensive, but property owners are going to have to really take a look at their individual situations because the cavalry is not coming on this. The rain is coming and we all have to be ready for it. So just the city is going to be able to do certain things. It's not going to be able to do certain other things. And everybody's going to have to take a real hard look at their own situation.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Alderman Johnson.
Yes, Chief. I just had some bad, bitter news this weekend with a resident passing away. And, we all got to go someday, right? But the only thing I'm really kind of concerned of is that we need to have a better relationship with our neighbors. And I'm talking about everybody, you know what I mean? It was the neighbors who actually alerted myself and Alderman Alexander about it. But I had noticed that the grass was, growing a little too tall when, certain people's, their habits and things that they do. And long story short, he was found dead in his home. And Alderman Alexander and I went by as well. I want to thank Chief Police Officer Ortega. He came out and was on top of the scene with it. But if we could find a way to reach out to get a better and updated, I appreciate what Alderman Clinker has done, but we need to do find a better way in order to track our seniors. Some of them with their medical conditions and things of that nature, and we just need to keep an eye on each other. Our police and fire department is stretched thin, as well as public works. So we need to do.
Alderman, I think it's not just limited to seniors, it's against everyone, because again, maybe we have to be a little bit more as neighbors, checking into everybody's neighbors, not snooting, but hey, if it's there to save a life, why not? I think it's worth it. A life is too much to lose.
You're right, Chief. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Alderman. Thank you. And our prayers go to the family and to the neighbors. Anyone else?
Yes, Alderman Hill. I would like to
Go ahead,
thank,
Alderman. Go ahead,
Jim.
Alderman Hill.
Yeah, I would like to thank Jim at Public Works for doing the patchings of the street. I gave him a long listing, and he's up on it. So I just like to thank him very much. So.
Thank you. I think it was Alderman Stevo. Did you want to make a comment?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Mayor Vargas, I
Go
would
ahead.
like to thank you for having the confidence of appointing me Seventh Ward Alderman. I would like to thank the Alderman for confirming my appointment. I look forward to working with you and the City Council to move Blue Island forward.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Thank you very much. Congratulations again from all of us. If I don't have any comments, I need a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion, Alderman Rita.
All right. Do I have a second?
Alderman Hill, second.
Thank you. I need it. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Be safe, everyone. Thank you again. Thank you.
Bye.
Blue
Good night,
Island strong.
everyone.
Blue Island strong.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.